Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents TORG Eternity, Blood on the Blasted Lands. I am Dan Latham, also known as Shadow Dugar in most social media. Would like to pass off our game master, Liaman. Will take over from here.
Hello, everybody. So we are starting Act 3 of Blood on the Blasted Lands tonight, and hopefully this will be a fun continuation of our journey through Russia, Eastern or Western Russia, and Darkhold. So where we left off last time was in the small area of the ruined city of Nizhny Novgorod, known as Nizhny Gorov, and the Storm Knights had defeated Baz Pila, who was the warlord that had built up a stronghold within the ruins. And afterwards, they kind of started a little revolt within the city. And for a while, at least, there will be the whole Darkhold pecking order that will be taking place as various strongmen start trying to take over that area. So the Storm Knights in their Devastator, which is their cobbled together automobile A-team style, with weapons and various neat little things, were able to leave the city. The person that they rescued, Adam, was able to give them a password to the uh, information from a destroyed data pad that they had acquired earlier, and had found out that this canister of ooze that they have encountered on these so-called Ravagers might have been made in a nearby city of Yaroslavl. So they are heading up in that direction. And at the end of the last session, a Delphi support card was played, and I was looking at something to give as that Delphi support card. And if I just broke it down as a one item thing, the group would be getting something like a Carnival Cruise Line yacht, or a Boeing 747 or something like that. So instead of some ridiculous thing that you would use like once to get from point A to point B, I decided to break it up into, as you were moving through Low Town and kind of getting out of Dodge before things got really bad, that you were able to pick up a few items. So I'll go ahead and I'll type this into chat also as I say it. But you're able to get a Vril converter, which is something that the captain would be familiar with.
Yes, just a little bit. I do not recommend using it myself.
A KSVK anti-material weapon. Which is I believe, a type of firearm.
It's a reskinned Barrett. It just has extra range. Like a 16 AP4. I think the 500. Yeah.
A MP443 Grotch with a smart attachment, and a Thav 11 tactical firearm. as well as 20 radiation pills.
That's an awful lot of radiation pills.
This must be foreshadowing.
Are they telling us we're about to go to war in a nuclear zone?
Well, we are in Tharkold,
Yeah, pretty much.
and the blasted lands are not too far from here. Alright, so are most of these in the Tharkold book?
The radiation pills are not. I believe everything else is in the Tharkold source book.
Okay. So yeah, if anybody has access to that, put the information in the chat, I guess. As far as the pills are concerned, we have what, 6 of us here? Each of us can get 3 and have 2 left over just in case they're needed.
He's 7. Don't forget Spoot.
Spoot can have the last 2.
I think I have a couple as well.
Well, I'm certain with the survival pack we all have some, but then maybe.
These pills you're handing out. Do we dissolve them in hot water to make tea? Or do we like grind them up and mix them with leeches and put them on our skin? Is this like a
Yes.
like a paste?
That would be enjoyable to watch, I'm certain. I will just go ahead and pop it in my mouth and drink water behind it, but you can apply it however you wish.
You eat them.
They are pills.
So you don't mash them up and then apply like a poultice.
No.
Medicine's come a long way.
Now, there are some who will mash them up and take them in other ways, but I suggest you just pop it and swallow.
Interesting.
So since we're in Tharkold, I think the mountain will get some occult tech. Since I think we're in a town where I can easily get some, since we're good guys, I guess.
Are we good guys though?
No, we're not good guys, but that's not the point. We did something good, so that matters.
So what is the Vril converter?
The Viral converter is you can hook somebody up to it, and they will take a wound, and it will give you a Vril crystal that is good enough to power weapons or a vehicle for a day.
Ah, okay. So just a smaller version of a pain generator. Is that
Portable
right?
pain
Something
generator, even.
Okay.
Does not sound like a thing for Electo.
Could be. Could be.
No, it couldn't.
Why not?
Electo doesn't like pain.
Oh, no. I mean, you hook it up to someone else.
Electo doesn't really inflict pain either, so
It's for.
Oh, you've hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Or you take
I
one for
do.
the team.
I do hurt a lot of people's feelings.
I suppose you could always use it for interrogation methods.
All right, so we were each taking, what, 5 of the pills?
Well, no, there's only 3
There's
per
20 in-
person.
So it's 3 pills.
At least 2 left, and I think Boreas said Spoot would require some, maybe.
It's probably a good idea for Spoot to have some.
Don't
So
forget Spoot.
I figure the last 2 left over would hand off to Spoot.
Yes, the survival kit has 3 radiation pills with it.
So that'll be. Alright. So out of the 3 weapons, was there any that the group would request or decide they'd want to use?
Those look way too big for me.
What's the MP443? What book is that's in the Tharkold?
It's a pistol.
No, I keep That's why I can't. My search isn't finding it because I keep opening the Wastelanders guide. Pistol.
You know, Alex's pistol is still in its shrink wrap, so
Ah, that's terrible. Why would you do that?
I'm keeping it
Ooh.
pristine until I have to use it.
Tab 11 tactical. That's a nice gun.
Well, then you should keep it.
Well, it says go see text, so now I gotta go look and see what the text says.
Is it instructed?
No.
Yeah.
It allows the shooter to ignore 2 points of penalties when firing. The scope.
And I can use the scope. I'm more than happy to use that.
All
Unless
right.
anyone else is like, yeah, I want it.
Yeah, you only do a 1 case.
No, the I am still a 4 case.
Yeah.
I will always be a 4 case.
All right. So you want the Thav 11?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Rod, aka what is your name? Captain Keen.
Well,
Yeah.
do we already have a weapon attached to our vehicle?
There's the harpoon gun in the back, and I believe there was some sort of mounted weapon as well in the front. Where is the vehicle? We are in the Devastator.
Because do we want to?
Yeah, it has a heavy mounted machine gun in the front, it looks like, on the picture, but I don't know as far as the...
Well, the KSVK anti-material is a bulky weapon. So, I mean, it's something we could technically mount to the car. Because I don't think any of us can just carry that thing.
Well,
I can carry it.
Borea in the mountain.
Okay.
I mean, you have strength 12.
Yes, you need a strength 12.
So then, I guess, I'll go ahead and take the MP. I'll just, if somebody wouldn't mind giving me the stats on that in chat, so we don't take up any more time of the... So, which Borea or Mountain want that, or do you guys want to mount it on the car?
I've got an alpha eliminator already, so I've got a bulky weapon.
Here is what the
Okay, so according to this, it doesn't have the front-mounted weapon. It's just the harpoon gun in the back.
yeah, there were various things that could have been, depending on what you guys did, could have got, and we ended up with that weapon. Plus the that artwork was something that I made up. It wasn't
Okay.
part of the actual adventure. I just thought it was cool.
So unless the
when I
mountain,
used-
unless the mountain wants a KSVK, we could just say we mounted it on the roof of the car in case it comes in needed.
He can use it. He can just only use it when not moving. Because bulky is you can't move and shoot in the same action.
AP4.
So do we want to mount it?
Sure. Well, if you're not anything, it's probably the exterminator because it does 18 AP4. But you also have to use the round.
Yeah, I'm a better shot though with the KSVK.
Oh, because it's fire comp.
Yeah. Like significantly better.
All right.
Well,
So
doesn't use.
thank you, Mike. All right. So we'll mount that, and if it needs to come off the vehicle, then we can just always take it off the vehicle then.
Yeah, I won't set the I won't have one of my smart gun attachments on it since it's mounted on the vehicle, but that's fine.
Can you carry it?
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh, okay. So all right.
Yeah, funny enough, I can't even use a pistol because it's not small.
All else fails, I can carry it for the captain. So
So that's going to be fire combat on that, right? That's not energy based.
It is it is fire combat.
All right, 15 rounds. And that has a smart attachment.
And somebody's carrying the TAV.
The tactical, yes.
You have that.
That actually I've moved a one of the smart gun attachments to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I should also I guess we don't need to.
So the KSVK is on a detachable mount when needed. Okay.
In case we need to move away from the vehicle and we need the heavy firepower, our mountain or whatever can grab it and pull it.
Gotcha.
And while we're in the vehicle, I guess Captain Keen will operate it.
Fortunately, I can't seem to find any armor around here. Is there any good armor that doesn't limit one's decks, other than my magic shirt?
Cyber mesh, or Era mesh clothing.
Air mesh.
Yes, but I can't get that here.
Well,
The demon high vest gives you +4 and has a max dex of 10.
Do you allow players
Max dex is 12.
to pass equipment off between each other? Because I still have reflex armor that I don't use.
Oh, you have some armor you're not using?
I have reflex armor I don't use. Yeah,
What's the?
it's the 2 adds and 10 decks. But I
Ew.
think that's going to be a problem for you because you're high dex, aren't you?
I am a 14 dex.
Ouch.
Oh well, see,
Yeah.
even the techno hide gives you only a 12 to your dex.
Yeah, I guess I'm stuck with my enchanted shirt.
Well, let me see what's in the list. And
well, if you were
we'll
my
move on.
size, then you could wear mine. But no.
All right. Well, shame.
Let's see. We're in Darkhold, and nope, that won't work.
No.
Yeah, it looks like the Eerie Mesh Cloth, which is only 2 to bonus with no max dex.
The GWI Hallow Mesh is what I need.
Wow, Boria. You got double romance cards, huh?
Yeah, I do. He's extra for spoot. You never know what you find out in the
Wait.
Darkhold wastelands with mutant animals, right?
So you and Spoot play on the same animal, and you have a love on the same creature, and you have a love triangle.
I don't believe this.
Yeah,
I
believe
have gotten this same card every act.
Oh, which one is that?
Darkhold to
okay.
attack.
Oh yeah, I should go.
Yeah, I
look.
think there's a couple of those in the.
There are 2 of them in the deck.
I've gotten them every act.
The funny thing is, we almost always get 2. What's the cyber psychosis do again? I always forget.
Do you have a cult tech?
Nope, I don't.
Then don't worry about it.
Is it just a cult tech? Does it say
Yep,
cyber tech?
just a cult.
Yeah.
All right, so Boria is the only one that'll be affected by it. Or no, Mountain's got some cult tech on it.
You just got some installed. Ed,
I do. That gives me 2. Well, yes, but I'm actually looking at Carl's perks right now. I don't think I'm going to take them. But...
Jim, do you want a glory card so you can throw it into somebody's pool?
I have one already.
Okay.
People more.
So this looks like both of you would get your 2 Darkhold possibilities now. It's not a wait until it happens.
All right.
all right, I think we're ready to roll, right? Are we done with
Well,
the
no, because I'm gonna do some things. Because I'd like to be attuned. So go ahead and give me another Cosm card, please.
You're getting me
Okay.
And I am going to be doing prophecy.
It's a shame there's no way to show the different cosm possibilities on the sheet.
Yeah, there is.
I'm showed constantly. I mean, I can click it.
That's why I started using the chips, but I made them after we created this. So.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Ugh.
Feel problem.
Hey, Michael John. I think I have a Cosm card for you.
Rage.
No. The Law of Ferocity.
What does that do?
Play at the start of combat. All of your actions this combat must be melee or unarmed attacks. An attack is always an approved action for you. Gain 2 possibilities at the end of combat.
I like that quite a bit.
I'm sure you do. I don't, because I want to do so many more things than attack.
I get possibilities when I phone people.
I think you want to phrase that differently.
No, it's not.
And just because I want you to have a little bit of fun, Liamin, there is a Cosm card for you.
Okay.
Good news is we all get a possibility.
Which one is it?
Law of Haunts.
Okay.
So a Darkhold possibility.
Yes.
So
Okay.
add another one to our list.
And I'm having some computer trouble again, so I'm gonna get the prophecy done. And I may have to drop out to get this fixed. Since we just got a possibility, I would like to keep this, get this better. So
Okay.
I'm going to use that one.
Do we all get a possibility?
You do from the Law of Haunts, yes.
And you got 2
Hey.
from Psychosis, right?
That will be an outstanding success on the prophecy.
Oh, good.
Yes, those with occult tech got 2 Tharkol possibilities, and everybody got 1 possibility. So 3 for those with occult tech, 1 for everybody else. Total.
I don't think there's any occult tech that would make me shoot better.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Are there any other cards that anybody's going to throw down?
Not at the time.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one of these because I got 2 instead of only 1. And duplicated.
So that one's not played, Liam, and that's just a duplication for him.
Yeah,
So you can just delete that one.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could always get you, instead of having to worry about your weapon, you can have it integrated into your arm. Well, there you go. You're looking for armor, Rod?
What?
Captain Keen could always, you're talking about occult tech, you can always try to get Zan's endoskeleton.
You're already at 4K, so may as well.
Yeah.
Because that has no.
Yeah, but that's only an additional 1 point above where I am.
It's 4 points total, doesn't take away from your dex.
That's 10K, and you can only take up to 8K with the scrounged implant.
I'm sure after this book, you might want the radiation filter though to heal those radiation wounds.
Maybe.
You guys don't already have that?
Or do you just want to fly and really be out of combat?
I thought about that, but also the Chod Adrenal Booster. +2 dex and strength for a minute.
And then -2 strength, -2 dex for another minute.
Yeah. Well, if the fight ends within a minute, I'm fine. No, I'll save my XP. I have 13. That's enough for a perk or a bunch of different things. So I'll wait. I can't decide right now, so I'll wait. Yeah, I'm good to wait. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so you divvy up your supplies as you're going on your Devastator up to Yarbroth Silver, and you takes you about 7 hours to get there. It's about a 300-kilometer drive from Nizhny Novgorod, and you are in winter snow conditions, but you don't encounter anything that you're aware of during the drive. And the map, that you might remember from last time that you were the encryption you were given to, kind of showed different pinpoints around the area where Ravagers had been sighted, as well as a place by this city being marked kind of with the question marks saying canister production facility question mark. So that's kind of where they're whoever had got the map information was thinking that those canisters perhaps were made. So as you get to the city, this is in Thrachen's territory. It is obviously been ravaged by war, another ruined city, but the location as you get closer to the city, the map that you have kind of starts, getting zoomed in, and the pinpoint of it is kind of at the outskirts of the city, and you see an old 2-story concrete building that seems to rest at the center of an open parking lot that's filled with rusted and twisted abandoned cars.
Does this look like
And
it used to be a factory?
It looks like it was a factory, yes.
Well, I suppose that we should go in. Check it out.
That seems like a very fine idea.
It seemed pretty quiet. There's no noises coming from the factory, like something's in production. We don't see any steam from it, anything like that.
Go ahead and give me a find roll, since you specifically asked.
This find roll is best roll. Ha ha!
So you don't actually see anything that looks like this place is on, or people inside, lights, things like that. What you do notice is at first, when you had pulled up to near the building, you didn't quite see it, but off in the distance you kind of see something flying, and it's then comes in kind of around and into view, and you being from Darkhold recognize it as a Digon bogey, which is kind of a smaller drone version of the Digon Spectre that you had encountered at the beginning of your time in Darkhold.
I'll let everybody know that. Look, we have bogey.
And it kind of goes around and then goes back where it came.
So did it appear to spot us?
It did not seem to stop or change direction or anything like that.
Okay.
So we camouflage the car being parked near other cars and then sneak in. That sound like a good plan?
Oh yeah, I'm excellent at sneaking.
Sounds like a very good plan to me. take some broken vehicle parts and lay on top of the vehicle once we stop.
Okay, so as it kind of goes around, you pick your time to when it's going in the other direction to, tinker with things, camouflage things, and then when it comes back, you kind of pause, and then as it goes back, you work again. So you get up to the building, and
Did y'all want the big gun with us?
I was going to ask that myself.
No, that's working just fine.
Okay.
It does 1 extra point of damage, and if I don't have it, I don't have to worry about bulky. For a point of damage, that's worth it to me. Granted, the other additional AP too is nice as well, but that was just fine.
And I've got my eliminator with me too, so we've got a big gun already.
I might have to start a pissing contest with Borya. I think he just implied as good as big.
It is. It does 18 damage.
It is. It's big.
Yes. It's not the size of the gun, though. It's how you aim with it.
No, it isn't.
It's in fact not about the size at all.
That's not what she said.
Well, I mean, it is a little bit.
It doesn't matter how I aim a nuke as long as it hits its destination.
I've never fired one of those, so I don't have much frame of reference.
Right. Do you need to aim a cannon if someone's 10 feet away, or do you need to shoot the cannon if someone's 10 feet away?
Why not do both?
What's the point of aiming?
Plus, I wouldn't want to shoot a cannon. I mean, after all, you've destroyed good property.
Yeah, are you two old ladies done bickering? Or shall we go in the
Hey.
building?
I have earned my age, thank you. As an elf, age is something to be proud of.
How old are you? 16?
What?
16, 17.
Not important.
So yes,
In we go.
follow them in.
you get to the building, but the door seems locked.
Oh, is
There
this case
are
where we-
various windows, but they are kind of a little high. Or you can lockpick.
Is this case where we need to push open again instead of pull?
Allow me to apply my. This is a normal thing where I am from. So I assume the 15 got the lock picking. I hope.
No, the 15 actually does not get the lockpicking.
What? All right, let me go look at my cards.
I mean, how far off was he?
You need a 16.
So if you would have said something, I could have boosted you maybe.
And I could have assisted.
All right, well, here then, Robert, since you were talking about assisting, I'll trade you that supporter and you can boss me around.
Here, why don't you just take my adrenaline?
Do
Because
you like to play supporter or shall I play adrenaline?
I'll play the supporter because you might need that adrenaline later. So, no, Captain. I think you want to turn it the other way.
Fine, watch what happens. Oh,
So yes, you're able to
So I know
open the door.
I know where you're from. You say you're used to this, but what about traps? Did you check for any kind of traps on the door?
I certainly did. And I am happy to report that the door looks clear.
I will look for alarms instead of just traps. Nope.
So there does not seem to be any type of traps or alarms. You don't when you open the door, you don't hear anything going off.
Because they're silent.
He's fine. You're out in the middle of nowhere. Why would you alarm something when you have little drone flying around?
Yep.
Yes.
Plus, it's
Makes sense.
Starcold, and people don't sneak around in Starcold.
Is there light inside of the building?
There is only light from the outside coming in. You let's see, you had started the race that was early in the dawn, so we're talking early evening. You're at a more northern area, so it will very soon get dark, so you are able to see a little bit, but light could come in.
Well, I pull out my flashlight.
Okay. So it looks somewhat empty. You go into the first room. It looks like a reception area, and no one is there.
Is there any? Go ahead.
Oh. I was going to say, are there any computers or other doors?
Go ahead and give me a find.
There
are other doors,
I'd like to
yes.
assist with that too, because I was going to ask her about computers and such as well.
Okay, so whoever wants to assist can do their assist, and then
Is that as mine?
I will assist you as well.
Oh,
that would be mine. Find mine.
I will cover with big gun.
I will
Who is it?
cover.
who is assisting who?
Assisting you,
Okay.
Alex, I believe.
So that'll be a 12? No, or 13. Because
So-
you just had it. Good.
You do see some computers. What also catches your eye is that there is a lack of dust on certain objects. And as you move around, you look down a hallway, you do see some rooms further down that do seem to have lights on. So there was no lights turned on in this reception area, but further down, there do seem to be some room. You can see the light coming, out from under doorways.
And I'll turn off my flashlight.
Yeah, I will very stealthily head that direction. Weapon up.
So,
Do you wish me to come with you, Captain Keen?
so are the computers on?
Yeah, sure, Jim. You're pretty stealthy, aren't you?
No, actually, the computer here is not on.
Does it look like it can be turned on?
Yes, it looks like it's plugged into an outlet.
And does it look like one of those computers that makes a whole lot of noise when it fires up?
Possibly, it looks like a standard receptionist computer.
Yeah,
So it probably will go like dee dee dee.
yeah, I will bypass that. So we'll just do this the old-fashioned way.
I think Electo is sneaking with me.
Yep.
I'll sneak over.
Okay.
No, read here.
No, I'll help you out. Come on, guys. I'm stealthy.
Would you like me to roll stealth with the penalty of them helping?
Well, I was actually going to let you go forward without me because I know I can't stealth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dito, I am covering from doorway or reception hallway.
Now I will sneak. Damn it.
It wasn't me.
Okay, now you said you're helping.
I did. I got an 11. So I can't
Right.
tell if it's 1.
So, would you like? Do I have? Yeah, I have a second chance if you want to use that.
Yeah, I saw. I'm not worried about it. I'm figuring that Captain Keen might want that when he goes to disconnect sometime soon because I have one as well.
Take that second chance with you now, Dan, if you don't mind.
Trade it with you.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I think you like a coup de grace, right?
That'll work. That it dropped it to the board, so it dropped it to you. Hold on.
I got it.
All right.
Yeah, second chance. Jim is correct. Second chance and reconnect kind of might be my favorite cards.
For that character.
I wonder why.
And I have a supremacy card, so
What does that do?
for the rest of the scene, you play it against reality rated foe, and for the rest of the scene, your attacks are +1 bonus die against them.
It's so you can go for that record number.
That's when you use intimidation against your character.
Intimidation's not.
But depends on if you play it on like a demon, it's gonna go away really fast.
Yeah, I know. That's a good point.
So we'll let Zim sneak forward, and we'll stay back somewhat.
Yeah, I had a 20 on the stealth. Kinda happy.
Wait, I dropped a supporter card not for this, but because I'm somehow duplicating cards again.
Ah, okay.
I was gonna say the second chance on my screen is still on the table, so. Has that been picked up?
That may just be
I
you,
don't
Dan.
see it, so
Yeah, I don't. It's not on mine, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just refreshing. Maybe in that issue. Yep, there it goes. So let's start early with it.
And then when we sneak down towards the rooms with lights on them, Lehman, I will look around, like peek around corners and see if I can see what's going on in some of these rooms.
okay. One of the things that you notice, one room, there seems to be a makeshift cot in there, and you see a kind of a metal dish, like probably like a baking pan, that type of metal object that has a strange substance in it.
Not green goo, right?
No, it is not green goo.
Is the pan on the floor or is it on a table?
It's on a table.
Okay.
Is everything clear?
And there's nothing in this room, but weird stuff. And is that the only one with lights on in here?
It's the first room that you came to that had a light on in it.
Do we want to investigate in here and see what else is in here, or do you want to keep moving? I whisper to those that are sneaking with us.
I'll keep moving. I love the idea of ambushing something.
Okay. So we'll sneak past towards the next room
Okay.
as quietly as Electo's stomping on the ground.
I can almost see
as
him.
you move further down the hallway, you get to another room or a doorway. Light was coming out from under it, and this is one of those doors that actually has a window in it, and kind of peeking in through the window, you see what appears to be a large facility that, from the markings on the floor, it looks like there was a lot of equipment that had been sitting there but is gone.
Okay. Any doors in these rooms that we're seeing other than the entrance?
Not so far, no.
Okay.
And
I think I think we'll keep moving past, and then perhaps let the less sneaky ones maybe can check in those rooms once we're far enough past to not interfere with us sneaking.
Okay, the non-sneaky people, you get up to that first room when they're heading to the third room. And again, in that first room, there is this metal pan which has some strange substance in it.
Does it have an aroma?
Yes, it does.
Do you want me to do an evidence analysis?
That's
Sure.
one of the things I was going to ask.
Something like that.
Yeah, Lehman, I'm basically covering the two gentlemen who are searching and trying to keep an eye on what's down the doorway to sort of
Okay.
in the hallway.
So there's to be a 19.
19. Okay, yes. It is basically something very similar to head cheese.
Uh oh.
It is a gelled
But made of
thing with that has meat inside of it, kind of suspended in a meat gelatin.
Wait, you said it was a what?
He said it was like a type of head cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yummy cheese.
So is there anything else in here that's of any?
With the 19, you actually do see a mini fridge, and inside are some piva, some beer.
Oh yeah. And
Yes.
would you like to have some beer?
Maybe on the road, but not here.
I
Maybe while you're
I was
driving.
not suggesting that you drink it while we're sitting here on duty. I was asking.
I'm
if
not
it's-
suggesting we should normally drink and drive, but
But
I mean,
that's what somebody in Darkhold would say.
yes.
That's because someone in Darkhold doesn't consider, beer and liquor anything. It's vodka is water. That's normal drinking.
I want to say it was 2013 or 14 when it finally was actually not considered like legally a soda pop. It was declared an alcoholic beverage.
That's about right.
Been within
yeah.
the last 20 years, I know that for sure.
So yeah, I'll just acquire the beers for later, I suppose.
I'm going to assume that the are all the doors that we've passed closed?
The first one you had to open. The second one you were able to look through the window. The third one, the sneaking people at the front finally get to. And in that one, you see a couple of tables that there looks to be some. There's a computer terminal that's on some type of rolling tray, and you see some tablets, like little electrical tablets, and as well as scraps of paper on a couple of tables that are there.
I will assist your evidence analysis.
Like, yeah, well,
Well, we're not to that room yet, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just basically keeping an eye, waiting for something to jump out so I can,
murder it.
What'd you say?
Murder it.
Well, murderate is my MO.
but once they've moved far enough past and we get up to the third room, we'll do some looking around.
So did you want to pass that room or go into that room for the sneaky people?
The sneaky people will pass by it, and we'll let the non-sneaky people basically play the.
Yeah, we're clearing, they're
Search.
investigating.
Hey,
Okay.
go on a hunch and try to does anyone have dust?
Why do you want, like dirt?
Yes.
Why do you want dirt? Laser. What? Laser. I'm sorry, I don't speak that language. Laser. No, Captain Keen. What are you talking about? What are you talking
So
about?
I guess when the non-sneaky get up to where you said the one is closed but has a window we can look inside, it's kind of a lab setup.
Yes. It appears to have one time been a lab setup, but all the equipment is gone. You can tell by the floor pattern
Okay, so yeah.
where things had been,
So it's just
but
pretty
they
much an
are
empty
no
room
longer
now.
there. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so we'll get to the third room, I guess. I'll go ahead and... Do you want to roll for the assistance?
Before we get into the third room, I do have a circuit spy, and I want to run my hand over the door to see if there's any electronics in the door.
Okay. Is that just an automatic thing?
I believe so.
Did we want?
So
I can get the text.
there are no. You don't feel any electricity or anything like that going through.
Did we want to look in that room
Well, it was
in
empty.
case there's anything hidden?
Well, I thought there was not. What's in the computer? Or not the tablet, but there was a TV on a cart, right?
Yeah, well, that's the third room. The second room, of my understanding, it had equipment. Only way we know that's because of the way the markings are on the floor. Other than that, it's currently empty.
I mean, is it
Correct.
like a
That's
drop
the
ceiling?
second room.
Is it a drop ceiling or anything where something could have been hidden?
No, it's a stretch ceiling,
Okay.
not a drop ceiling.
Then yeah, we can go to the third room.
All right, so
And so I assisted you.
it gives me a 1. You know what? I will use Zethok Cold and make that a little higher. There we go. I'm sure there's something.
Okay,
of
so
some
this was
importance
in
here.
the third room, correct?
Correct, with the computer, the tablets, and the
Right.
papers.
So the computer in this room is on.
Excellent. I'm sure one of us can jack into that and see what we can come up with.
I can assist you on that too.
All right. So go ahead and do we want to hit that first or check everything else out and do the computers last?
Let's hit the computer first, and then we can check everything else out.
All right. So go ahead and give me your assistance, and I'll then.
That's a good assist.
All right. So that's going to be 2. There we go. 21.
Okay, so you get into the computer, and you bring up some notes. But are you one of the people that knows Russian?
I'm helping him, and I know Russian.
Okay.
Yes, I never.
So there.
As I say, as long as I've been in Tharcold, I have never picked up the language. Accent, yes, I've picked up accents several times, but never.
So I'll translate the Russian to French.
I'm going to see if this actually appears correctly in chat. So there's a file that this is the head of,
Okay.
which would confuse the non-Russian speaker, but it basically transliterates as brute, B-R-U-T-E.
Okay. So let's open
And-
that file.
Oui. So it's click.
And there is, as you open in the file, it's information, it seems to be about a brute serum. And the file indicates that this facility is where scientists and adepts, occult adepts, or occult tech, I guess I should clarify, create this brute serum There's also in the tablets and notes seem to be notes on magic and occult tech, and it seems you also get a thing that kind of shows that at some point very recently things had moved off-site.
Does it give like a location off-site that they were heading to?
It does not through this computer or these notes.
Okay, so I'll collect the physical notes, and I guess you can download the
Download the
digital
other.
ones on your cyberdeck.
Yes, and I can go through these as we drive.
Oui.
And
So-
you said there were tablets and other things.
Yes, little electric tablets that kind of had various little notes on it.
And these are digital tablets or actual notebook tablets?
Digital.
Okay. iPads.
Take those two. I have a backpack if you want to shove them in there.
Will do.
So for the front people, I need you to give me dexterity checks.
That's why they're out front.
Ugh.
I'm pretty elfy, and I don't feel the need to be any more elfy than I normally am.
Pretty elfy.
I am pretty elfy.
Okay, so other than the notes and computers, that's all we found in here, but still some decent stuff. Intel. So who's
So
it?
the Electo and the Mountain both failed.
Yep. Looks like.
So you both are very vulnerable.
Oh no.
I did to shoot you.
Is it those laser things that he was talking about?
There's always invisible lasers.
Now, the law of phones. Something just collapsed on us.
Oh no.
As you hear a loud thump, and then kind of like tink 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 tink, and you see this canister rolling down the hallway that explodes.
Oh no. Can I defend as this thing's coming towards us?
You can try.
Okay.
So splitting the group actually helped.
Why would I have to roll
It
anything?
seems that the Dexy group was not quite so Dexy.
Still gonna attack you of you being very vulnerable.
Right, but it also adds to my toughness when you defend, which adds 3 because I get a minimum of 3.
So we hear something go boom.
Uh oh,
Ooh.
Oh.
that's not good.
36.
So plus 11
11.
is gonna hurt.
Hey, Electo, you're gonna get a toughness bonus of 3. I'm sure that's not gonna help you much.
Do I get the toughness bonus when I'm vulnerable? Because I failed as well.
Oh, then no, you don't. Captain Keen, you're gonna get a bonus of 3
Excellent.
because I can be vulnerable, but no one else can.
Good point.
Which I think is a funny way for it to work.
Yeah.
So
It's also funny because I get to keep my shield bonus too because I have that perk as well. But
Shield wall says that I can give it to an adjacent ally, but no vulnerable
ally can benefit.
Right.
So
So it sounds like our friends have found the traps I was referring to earlier.
well, if you you should have found them and gotten rid of them.
Well, that's not my
for the
position.
captain, it would be a dodge of 21 and a 24 versus the two people that were vulnerable.
21 is a standard
Nope,
success.
it's gonna miss because I'm giving you my shield bonus right now. So
Which is how much?
3.
That gets me to exactly a 21.
Technically 6 because I just got a defense bonus of 3, which I'm giving to you.
Okay, I thought you said you had a.
Yes, you get 3 from the shield because I give that to you. When I defend, I give you that bonus as well.
So you give me to a 22.
Yes. I give you 6 points. What's your dodge?
Oh, my dodge is an 18.
Then 24.
I wasn't sure how you were adding up 6.
3 from the shield, 3 from the defend.
But you only rolled a
Yes,
2.
I get a minimum of +2 to whatever I roll. So my minimum is always going to be
a 2.
a 3.
So that's 5. So a minimum of +2 means that it's not a minimum of +1. Doesn't mean +2.
I add 2 to the whatever I roll.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I can go get the book and read it to you.
Yeah, I'll grab the book.
Okay, I just.
So for
Liam, did you say a 24 versus the ones that are vulnerable?
yes.
You hit me.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't they be very vulnerable though, from the law of haunts?
Yes.
It's very vulnerable. Yes, sorry. That's why I said it would be sorry, if I said 24, I meant 25. It was 21 standard with the very vulnerable would be 25.
Yes. It is a standard success against me, but it is a hit.
Okay. While
you
they're looking at
crazy
that, I'll
dodgy
go
people.
ahead.
Defense.
This canister, which is familiar to you, kind of rolls down the hall and explodes.
So,
It's a green goo canister.
and I'm
So,
assuming that Boya would notice this from the door.
This bonus is an additional.
Yes.
I mean, we all hear the boom, I'm sure, but he sees what it was.
And Electo would take 11 points of damage. That would be to your least armored. You don't have full body armor.
Oh. That hurts.
Alex, come help. Give me heal.
I see
Interesting.
where this thing came from. Did it look like someone tossed it out here, or did it just happen?
It looked like it just kind of rolled out of an open door down to right where you were and then exploded.
All right. So you know what's really fun? I will go ahead and take the wound and the shock,
Really?
and then I'm going to play this card that Rod never got to play last act,
You're going to gain 4 possibilities.
and I'm going to gain 4 possibilities, unless
Okay.
unless I'm not my own ally, in which case I just gain the 3.
I'll count it.
Okay.
So
Oh no, it says when an ally takes. But Jim, here, let's do this. Well, let's try to maximize what we can get on that card. Let me trade you this one, and I'll play that. And we're getting 4 possibilities off the card.
We're getting 4 anyway.
No, all right.
That's what Lehman just said.
No. Darn.
Give me the 3 possibilities.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
and then for the other 2, did you figure out what your little thing meant?
I think it hits.
Whether it was
So his thing, that he's adding to me. So it's he doesn't lose the benefit of a shield, and the toughness bonus when using an active defense increase a further +2, and that bonus stacks with other bonuses.
okay.
So the 6 was right.
Now it says you can grant your shield defense bonus to one adjacent ally. If the hero makes an active defense, the toughness bonus applies to both, but extra defense only applies to the hero.
Okay, so I'm giving you the toughness bonus, not the defense bonus.
No, your defense bonus, not your +1 that you rolled for your active defense.
Okay.
So that means you still get a 21, which is what you need. Or I only have because your shield's a +3, so that gets me to a 21. You've hit me exactly on the number.
I'll body.
Okay.
Takes that.
So that would be 15 damage to your least armored, but with whatever bonuses he gives you.
Yeah, he's
But not with your armor.
bodyguard
I'll
and take it.
bodyguard and jump in front of her.
I like that.
Which means that you're going to be hitting me with it twice. So the 15 I will take nothing from because of my +3 toughness bonus from the shield, which gets me up to a 22.
Okay, and then was the hit specifically against you also standard?
It was 25. That's a good.
Yes.
25 is a good.
Okay. So that would be a 17.
So that'll be 5, so I'll take 1 shot.
Quick
And
question.
just to let you know, this is a specific thing that even on a standard, it gives a bonus die.
Yeah,
So-
there are a lot of those specific
Very
things. There are a lot of
tough,
those.
Darkhold, especially Darkhold.
No, like a
That's
lot of
true.
just random damage things
That's
that
true,
it's
too.
10 or 15 plus a bonus die.
Right, 'cause
It
otherwise
randomizes it. It's nice.
The law of the haunt. Did the 3 people in back that didn't get affected by it also get the possibility?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
it
got
says
one.
all Storm Knights get it. So
Yeah, we got that earlier today, though. Did you take it then, Robert?
No. I mean, no, y'all just did it. The
Uh-huh.
law of
but
the haunt you just did. I didn't take the possibility at the time because I didn't know if it was just going to apply to y'all.
Well, you should take it, Robert.
I did.
It's okay.
So, what exactly are you doing up there?
Get blown up.
I feel fine.
and when I said it exploded, it wasn't like a combustion, kaboom. It was just like the glass breaking and you getting sprayed with this
Oh,
green goop.
I was going to sit here and chastise them for sneaking and causing an explosion.
No, green goo.
We didn't cause it. Somebody had
Electo
cleaned up correctly.
will, however, walk back to Alex and say, "Ow."
I see.
Alex will pray over you.
Do you want to do that or just do a first aid?
There is some like steam coming off of his skin.
If you want to do first aid first,
Yeah, I'll try first aid first just to make... That way we're not... There we go. 14 should
No.
work, right?
I always get messed up. What does first aid do?
Remove wound.
It removes it. You would count his wound against it, but it would still be a 13, which is above the 10, so it
Gotcha.
heals.
Okay.
One wound.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Might want to be more careful next time.
I usually am careful around the green goo. I just didn't see that one coming.
I take it nothing else jumped out at everybody.
Where did it
No,
come
no.
from? They didn't make a big noise in the hallway either, so... They
No,
sneak-
basically the say like window breaking would be the amount of noise. So there was noise, but it wasn't like a loud explosion or anything like that.
Okay. Maybe no one heard anything.
Did y'all want to check that next room?
Yeah.
The one that the canister came out of?
The operations here have been moved, though. We need to figure out where it's been moved to.
Let me go clear that. I will go stealthily try to clear that room since, that's what I just said.
Well, and the first aid takes like 10 minutes, so I'm probably being administered for a little while you go sneaking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the room that the canister had rolled out of,
Yes.
and inside of that room you see a couple of like a 50 gallon metal drums, barrels, and a couple of those canisters just kind of when I say a couple, I mean two, like two canisters sitting or standing next to them upright. And on the floor, you kind of see a outline where a third canister would have been standing.
But we don't see anything that obviously knocked it over.
Correct, yes.
Hmm.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's always a cat. For a jump scare, it's always a cat.
No, it could be vermin, giant rats,
Eh,
or rats of unusual size. They're a thing.
yeah, you mean New York rats?
But
New York rats?
Oh, the ones in the dark forest.
I mean, they could be new rats or old rats. I don't know that that the age makes a difference on the size. But I'm not familiar with a York rat. Would they be from the city of York? I've been there.
The city of New York.
There's a New York?
Well, as it was.
It was Darkold Cockamouse.
We don't know where Old Zealand is.
There's a new what?
I said apparently there's an Old Zealand, but we don't know where it is. We just have New Zealand. Old Zealand fell into the ocean.
I'll show you where Old Zealand, where Zealand is on that.
What?
Sorry, I digress.
But that's all that you see in that room.
Alright, you should be fine. Just watch out for exploding canisters.
Yep. Will do.
I mean, are the canisters full of the green goo? That's what I did.
They are the canisters, yes, because those are see-through. The big metal drums you don't know because they have a lid on them, and no one has tried to open it.
Did we want to take one of these canisters for later analysis, or back to the Delphi Council?
Be a good idea. The last one we had was already broken open.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'll choose not to carry it, though.
No, you carrying it would seem to be a bad idea. You are very small, after all, and
Well, there are no bags or sacks around here, so.
Correct.
You just don't fall with it.
Well, what I'm going to do.
Let's see.
About how much does it weigh?
It would weigh, like I said, they're about a big, lunch thermos metal one filled with, if you filled it with coffee, it would be about that weight.
Okay, then I can use minor telekinesis probably to lift that thing, and so I'll just carry it with that.
Okay.
And it's not showing up.
So I'm sure we'll find something to carry it with in here.
So it might
I
be
may
one
have
of
to-
those delays that as soon as you re-roll it twice, it'll pop up twice.
Right. There it came.
There it is. Okay.
I'm not a contradiction here, but I will take the shock.
Okay.
Let's see. And then I will try it again.
and you're very stymied.
And I'm very stymied.
And that's
Yeah.
that's psionic,
I'll just
so-
wait.
Okay.
I'll go on and carry it for right now, and then try this again later.
Okay.
So shall we move on?
Which we had already.
Are there any labels on the containers? The drums?
No, there are none.
Okay.
They're just black metal drums.
I mean, did you want to look in one of them before we go?
If we were to nudge one of the metal drums, does it feel like there is something in it, or like empty oil barrels?
So if you just kind of push it, because that should tell you right there, you don't hear any sloshing, and it does move. So you would, without opening it, you would think that it would not have any liquid in it, or even solid. It seemed empty because it was pretty easy to push.
So
like
there are
an
no
inch or
bodies
two.
in there either.
What sort of? Why would there be bodies in there?
I forget you don't have moving pictures where you come from.
No, we can move our pictures around. It's just
There are a lot of stories of people storing bodies and things like that.
in things like a barrel.
Yeah.
Oui.
Right. The world is a very weird place. No offense.
Stuff like that does happen. I've had to deal with that before. It's not pleasant.
So, Captain, going for the next room?
Leads the way.
Yeah, as long as there are rooms to go clear, I will continue moving forward. I'll roll stealth, Lehman, whenever you'd like me to.
Yes, go ahead and give me a stealth now.
All right. There's 2 people who are walking with me, so I suppose I'll take a -2.
You want my assistance?
Yeah, I did last time, but I'm not counting on it. But go for it.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
stay up this time. I'm guessing the hiding his eyes works.
No, clearly it just took all that acid and goo to remind me that I shouldn't be stomping everywhere.
Except for Keen.
You were doing an improvisational thing.
So let me ask you this. Obviously, I'm not stealthing. I don't know that I've disconnected though.
Do you have anything that adds to your stealth or makes it favored or anything like that that is not?
Elven
as dark
Agility is not a start perk, so that's just a straight
Okay.
+1 to your dex. The
Right.
only other thing I have is a darkness perk that has ranks of stealth as a prereq. I don't think that would do it.
Doesn't that one
Yeah.
actually give you favored on stealth? The first level of it?
Shadow step? I don't think so. But now you're going to make me go look.
Yes,
Yeah, that would make me disconnect.
because remember I had that, and I think it does.
Well, if so, then I've disconnected. But we'll see in a moment, I think, won't we? All
You'll
right.
probably get to it before me.
I feel sorry for Captain Keen if he keeps acting this way just by walking down the hall.
Might not, because my computer is stupid. Damn it. Yes, stealth was favored.
Okay, so yes, you would disconnect that as a starred.
Unless you wish to use one of your second chances.
Correct.
I only have 1.
Yeah, I'm counting the one in my hand as yours. It's just
Because I'm going to need it. I will second chance. That's a good call, Jim. Thank you for that reminder. And I guess I'm still technically favored. We probably need higher, so I will use favored since you can't disconnect on the second roll of a favorite.
Correct.
Rules.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so you decide to go to a different reality where you don't step on a rubber chicken and have it squawk.
Oh no, it would have been my foot if anything. Let's be fair.
You would have called it your foot regardless.
Yes, but it
You,
somehow would have been you still making the noise, not me.
You peer into the next room, which the door is actually opened, and you see a thin human kind of hunched over a table, and he has a syringe in his hand, and there is a quite large rat strapped to the table, and it looks like he's injecting something into it. And he's facing away from you, but you do see that he has a scar going around his neck.
Hmm. Like a slave collar scar?
Very possibly, yes.
He doesn't have one of those green canisters strapped into his spine, does he?
I will
No, he does not.
Electo and be like,
Those two are strange ducks.
But the ducks are not quacking. Something is up.
Well,
I
they're
look at
doing some weird stuff with their heads, so I don't know what's going on.
I think there are some birds that use that as a mating ritual.
Well, neither one have played the romance cards, so I have no
you
idea.
put your hands up. Drop the rat and put your hands up.
Well, the rat's strapped to the table.
Well, I already said it.
Rat. Weirdo.
You know, I just didn't know which way you wanted to go, Captain. So I will I will step in and say, "What are you doing? Why are you what is that syringe for? Perhaps you should just put it down. You don't need to hurt the animals."
He whips around and kind of looks very startled. And he's like, "This is my home. What are you doing here?"
I asked you what you were doing first.
"But this is my home."
But we asked first.
But I have a gun trained on you.
We came
Oh,
here.
it's your home. Hey, guys, we found someone who lives here. How aggressively should we question them?
Well, I do have this new toy.
We came here to figure out what factory or production facility I've heard was making these terrible stuff that was going on, but they seem to have left. Where did they go?
So give me a persuasion.
Well, I guess since they've mentioned anything, I don't know if everybody else is going to do so, but I will step in the room.
Oh yeah, I definitely stepped in. But
Well,
I'm going to stay in the hallway and keep cover.
do I feel like that needs to be any better?
I'll stay in the hallway too.
Lehman? I have a 13.
That's what I'm
Sorry.
checking.
Okay. I'm a wash in possibilities and can make that better if I need to.
So he's like, okay, no need to be hostile.
Oh, I'm not. That's him.
I don't need to be hostile.
You're being hostile right now.
Yeah, I just said I don't need to be. Look,
He
humanity
says,
trying to kill us like all the time.
he just he sets the syringe down next to the strapped down rat, and I am just performing experiment.
On
The rat, you know,
What do you-
rat, how you perform experiment.
What are you trying to do?
that does seem to be a very legitimate question.
Rat stuff.
I just want to see how these chemicals mutate the rat.
But what? That's a terrible idea.
well, I'm quite certain it won't stand up and teach karate or ninjutsu to turtles.
Why would
it do those things? I have a few
It does
questions.
look the size of a medium-sized dog. It is quite large for a rat.
So, a few questions, just in no particular order, but how long have you been here? Where did the people go? And where did you find the chemicals?
He kind of, tilts his head a little, and he is like, I from Moscow.
You're from where?
Moscow?
Interesting. Is that near Moscow?
You say Moscow, I say Moscow.
Where is he? Why wouldn't he tell us where he's from? He did.
Boria, you would know that's Moscow.
Oh yeah, no,
Moscow.
I
Yes.
just right.
Okay, you're right.
Right, but you say you live here. How long you lived here?
Since soon after invasion.
So you were here when there were lots of other people and machines and equipment?
Oh, yes.
Okay, where did they go?
They went back to Moscow.
Why didn't you go with them?
I escaped because I smart.
Okay, are those chemicals left over from when the other people were here, or did you make the chemical?
Yes.
He's made the original chemical, I would assume, and using what's left from before. Are you a scientist?
Yes, I am scientist.
Did you create the chemical you're using before people left?
Brute.
Did you create Brute?
Yes, Brute is my.
See?
It is. I try to perfect it.
Pourquoi? I'm sorry, why?
Because now it makes the people not good in the Golova, and I wanted to them not to lose way to think.
Okay.
You're trying to refine it.
Yes, I try to make it better.
Why make it to begin with?
Why do anything? Because it is something to do.
Touché.
Since you've seen movies, Captain America, he's trying to make a super soldier.
Oui, but I figured that'd be confusing for the other two if I said so.
Yes, but
So who did you escape from?
The particle do alpha mix.
He's Cyber Demon, yes.
Yes.
And he make you make this stuff for him, or her,
Yes.
or it, whatever it is.
Yes, he was in charge of overseeing operation under traction, but Volkov kept sending spies, so they were recalled back to Moscow.
Okay. Well, we know where we need to go. What more shall we do here?
Right, and that was we got the name of the leader.
The name of the
Alpha
demon.
Nix.
Yeah, Max.
I mean, we can always take the gentleman here into custody, since he has first-hand knowledge of the chemicals involved. I'm sure the council.
That sounds fine.
I'm sure the council can make him talk, as it were.
You don't think we can make him talk?
He is being very cooperative.
He's talking right now.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. He can talk to council, and they can get more information from him.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
It was not a we can make you talk kind of situation.
I am sure we can exchange information with him, yes?
By the way, what is your name?
I am Adric Suminol.
You'll have to spell that.
I'll type it in.
Merci beaucoup. Well,
I mean, we could leave him here for extraction by another team.
That might be better.
we
'Cause I have no, how you say, love for Vex. I would be very happy to give you all information I know.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
We don't like this mix.
And he again points to his neck.
I understand.
so
Would you like to get out of this area?
He kind of looks back down at the rat and he's like, I am comfortable here.
No, I mean, go to a place where, there are fast food restaurants, decent living arrangements, clean
maybe
water, no radiation.
Fast food restaurant right here on the table. Right.
maybe a decent lab
Oh.
can possibly come up with way to reverse the process for the ones who have no thought
Or-
control.
Improve the process.
We well, reverse for the ones that have mindlessness, and improve the other way.
Have somebody come and pick you up.
Maybe, but I will think. You can have them come and we can discuss how it will be. But if you wish to go to Mix and cause him problem, I will be very glad to.
We give him very big problem.
So, let's talk about this chemical.
Yes, the brute, the serum.
Alex will sit there and take notes of anything he has to say.
So he says that recently, like within the last month, he's not quite sure of the exact time. He seems to be one that doesn't really, care about days or weeks, things like that. But recently, this Mex had moved all the needed lab equipment back to Moscow in the Presnensky district of Moscow, which is controlled by Thrachin. Basically, as I said, Volkov was sending spies around and they wanted to get it a little closer to under control by Thrachin. During the move, he was able to find a way to remove the slave collar without killing himself and hide until they were gone. But
Nice skill.
during the setup of that place, he has been there. So I do believe you have a interactive map, correct?
Yes.
At least one of you? Okay. So he would be happy to put in the exact location of that newer facility there. And he does say that it will be very heavily guarded. There are a mix. He's alpha techno demon. He has at least when I was there, 20, would you say 20 techno demons and 200 thralls at any time within this stronghold. So I would say, like you did here, sneaking in would probably be a very good option.
Yes,
And
we're pretty good at that.
the they are somewhat fools, and he kind of smiles and he says, I did not throw away, and perhaps it is good, but he left several of guard and scientist uniform here. So if
Ooh.
you want, I can give you.
Yes, I think we do.
Yes.
That would work quite well. I'm going to need to spend a little time altering them, though.
So yes, you can. He'll lead you to a locker, a wall locker thing. Doesn't have a lock on it. Just lifts up, and it has quite a few uniforms, both scientist, guard, and thrall. Well, they would be thralls even if they're there, but guard or scientist outfits. And at the bottom of the locker, he even has several deactivated slave collars.
Can we put these on and not activate them?
Yes, I have removed the occult tech implants from inside. And if somebody wanted to give me like an evidence analysis,
Yeah, I'll do that.
they could confirm or deny that.
18 work.
Yes, from the outside, like if you close it and you don't, because it's up against the neck, from the outside, it looks activated. When it closes, it actually little lights, that would be showing that is active, actually do light up, but the insides have been, and the explosives that are in it have been taken out.
How many collars are there?
There would be 4 collars. If you just wear, I'll give you these stats now so you can write down, so I don't have to flip back or forget what page this is on. If you just wear one of the uniforms, that's going to give you a +2 to stealth or persuasion. For that specific type of thing, and the slave collar will add a 2 to that, so it gives you a +4.
All right. So even the guards are thralls.
All
non-demons.
particle are thralls, yes.
So what you're saying is we take out 10 and 200 thralls power.
So I'll just wear a guard uniform, because if I'm going to talk to people, then I probably shouldn't be in a slave collar, I was thinking.
Well, even the guards have slave collars.
The guards have collars.
Yeah, all right. I'll wear a slave collar if you... I just didn't know if we wanted to give those to the people that might need the extra.
I'll be right back.
If you're not a techno demon, you have a collar on.
All right.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. So, if we want the plus, I think we'll all be wearing the uniforms as well as and the collars appear to look functional, but the explosives and such inside the collars are not functional.
Yes.
Like
I said, even when they connect, he put little LED type things in it to make it look like they're on and active.
Yeah, it was Lucusus actually passing that information on to the group.
Ah, okay.
Well, there were only 4 slave collars, right? So somebody's not going to be
Yes.
wearing one.
So a couple people will have to
Hmm.
pop their collars up or something.
Well, before we get there, maybe we can duplicate with scrap materials.
That sounds like a fine plan.
I'm certain. Would the council have any deactivated colors? No.
If they did, they wouldn't necessarily have them around where you are. One of the things that's bad about Russia is there are not really any DC offices. They try to get safe houses here and there, but they're kind of tenuous alliance with President Volkov
Yeah.
pretty much states that they don't have, offices. That's why you started off in Germany instead of starting,
Right. So how?
inside Darkhold.
So, me not knowing calendar wise, how far is calendar map wise? How far away are we from Moscow currently?
So let me move these. If you zoom up on this map, I will do a little draw freehand. So when you did your death race, you were here, and then you kind of went up here,
Okay.
and Moscow's here.
All right.
So you're currently there.
Wrong button.
Do we have to go back through the blasted lands to get there?
You are kind of in the blasted lands now.
Okay.
It's really interesting if you look at the map of here is the border of the blasted lands, and it goes right through the center of Nizhny Novgorod, which is the city you're just in, and Moscow is pretty much all blasted lands because that's where the nuke actually
Right.
hit. So not all the blasted lands, is all hot spots, but
Okay.
that's
well,
where they tend to pop up
So-
more often.
between here and there is the possibility to run into, have somebody run into us or whatever that has collars.
Possibly.
And if nothing else, we can
When we get there, we can take them from their thralls.
have 4 go in and lure 2 out and take those 2. Means that is an option.
Assuming you're good enough to pull those things off. I've heard they're quite difficult.
Well,
Oh, easy to get off, hard to keep from exploding.
So we need to make sure we fix that before we put them on one of us.
Well, I'm sure we can check them out to double check them.
There's a few of us that should have maybe the skill set to do so.
So is our friend not afraid that the Volkov will send more spies to this location?
He doesn't seem. It's kind of like they moved. Volkov saw they moved, and that is that.
Is there
I hide, I wait, and
is
nobody
there
come.
is there any way to neutralize this brute?
Niet. It is
So-
powered through occult tech.
So no ways to peacefully help those that are mindless.
It at first even would kill those who had it in their body, the acidic properties would dissolve them, but we were able to use the occult and use the system to hook into their back or make it like filter to clean the serum so it would not kill.
Alright, so I see no reason for us to continue to stay here.
By the way, do you have drone flying around the facility?
Oh yes, yes. That's,
Okay, was your drone? I
Why-
don't want to.
So you were very sneaky.
Yes, we are team sneaky.
Oh, a little.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So when we will if it's okay with you, we tell someone from Delphi Council that you are here and willing to at least talk about what your experiments do. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay. We give you a code phrase so you know is from us from Delphi Council. Yes. We use the code phrase the snowman never is good in Miami.
Okay.
You hear
the
that, you
snowman
know
is
it's from
never
Delphi.
good in Miami.
Yes,
Okay.
is good phrase. Yes,
And why not
no
just
one think of that phrase.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, tak dino. Which means I think so.
So,
Snowman never good in Miami. Snowman never good in Miami. Okay. Snowman never good in Miami. Yes, yes. Good.
So we'll go ahead and end the scene so you can get back to 5 cards since you had played or succeeded with the glory last act. And if you're at 5, you can drop a card and pick one up if you wish.
let's see. I think I'll keep what I
I
got.
had like the best hand ever for me. If only I could move 3 cards into somebody's pool, we'd be set for something.
I drew what might be my favorite card for this character.
Reconnect.
Yep, reconnect.
Jim, do you want a monologue?
No, because I can do the monologue on my own for
Except
very
you-
vulnerable.
You can't get rid of the villain.
No, I can.
Oh, you can now?
Oh no, I've been able to. I can get rid of both. I have both.
Oh,
cards.
okay. Okay.
So if you have a monologue, you can certainly recycle it.
That's what I'm gonna do. And it won't. There it goes.
Does anyone use willpower? So I'm not going to use it.
I can use willpower.
Okay, because I'm miss a willpower and 2 supporters in my hand.
Would you like a second wind?
Sure.
And we can go ahead and I looked at the time and go ahead and take a short 10-minute break as well
All right.
I'm
while
dropping
we're
a
dropping,
duplicated.
switching around cards. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm dropping a duplicate willpower.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Hold on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, so be back with us at 9 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around. Well, let's pick up where we left off, shall we?
Okay, so you left off as you were wrapping up with Adric Semenov, a scientist you had found in an abandoned laboratory who was performing experiments on mutated rats. You had found out that the green sludge is known as the Brute serum, and that its production facility had been moved to the Presnensky district of Moscow. You also learn that it is being oversaw by a technodemon alpha known as Mex, who has around 20 technodemons as well as 200 thralls at the stronghold at any point in time. So he suggested that you sneak in and be unobtrusive, and was able to give you various uniforms and a few deactivated slave collars to better the disguise, and hopefully that will help with your infiltration of the facility.
All right, so
I'm feeling much better about having learned Russian from Boris in the car that one night.
So you're able to travel to the Presnensky district of Moscow. And I want to make sure that it is on the basically Moscow, if you kind of think of it as a round, almost like a target board, where the center of the city is in the middle. It's a round area, and there's sections of the city that kind of radiate out. And the Presnensky district is one that is pretty much going west of the city center. So it is probably a good idea to, instead of just going through Moscow, which is for lack of a better term, kind of in a Cold War situation where you have different areas of the city under the different dukes of Thrachin, Volkov, and Jezreel, to either go north and around or south and around to get to that area, instead of going through various places where you might have to prove your loyalty to one side or another.
Do we think we need to prove our loyalty?
I think if we're stopped in the center of Moscow, someone may want us to prove our loyalty one way or the other.
And
They would also be pointing a gun at us when asking that, probably.
And probably many.
A gun, a bomb, a few knives,
more tanks.
tanks. Yes. So we will drive south around Moscow. It's warmer to the south.
So you kind of go down and around. You get to the Presnensky district. And like I said, Adric was able to put on your interactive map pretty much the precise location of the facility. And when you get there, you realize, or you get close enough, you do realize that he was not kidding. It is a massive factory, actually much larger than the one that you are in. It has several smokestacks that are pumping some type of gas into the air. There is a chain link fence topped with razor wire surrounding the facility. The high-tech people would be able to obviously see that it is probably electrified chain link fence. And there is part of the fence which kind of stops, but then there is a long line of concrete slabs that are placed intermittently so that vehicles could not go through, and people carrying things would have to kind of squeeze through so that a frontal assault would be somewhat difficult. And around the barrier on the inside, there are kind of walkways and walls within. So there's this fence, and then behind that is a concrete wall with a walkway. You see kind of guards positioned around the walls. And kind of at the front where these concrete slabs barriers were, you see a large techno demon as well as a couple of thralls standing guard. And you're not very close. You just get to the point where you can kind of see what's going on from a decent position. It's not like I'm having you just go up there right now. So this is what you're seeing from a distance.
So, how do you think we should play this?
Well, we're going to imitate guards and thralls, right?
Scientists, guards, both roles. But we are two colors short. Let's see. Don't think we have anything we can use to make look like collars.
Well, I mean, Electo and looks like a kid, and I'm still a teenager. Y'all could be dragging us in to become thralls.
Oh yeah, we can easily.
So that we make sure the rest of us are dressed as guards then.
I guess, I mean, as an elf, I probably wouldn't be seen as a guard around here, would I?
Come here.
You can put the hat down far enough to cover the ears.
How can you make me not? No, I don't think so.
Hey, but elf would be scientist. Yes, you are smart. Yes.
It's fine, Alex. We'll just put
It is winter, and the Russian hat would go there, and everybody wears them, from police to prisoners to whoever.
Yeah, but
So
don't I
it's
look a little too skinny to be a boss?
You're not the boss.
No, you look a little malnourished as a thrall.
Yeah,
which is common.
they're gonna make me a thrall. I'm too skinny and dexy.
Well, obviously, Mountain and we are guards. Yes.
Quite easily,
Lucius-
yes.
Lucius, you are scientist. Yes.
I suppose. I just don't see why a scientist would be out collecting children.
Well, I mean, there could be lots of reasons you're bringing us in. I haven't seen a lot of children as thralls.
Experiments. Yes. This may work. So I'll put on the scientist outfit and place one of these fake collars on.
While you're kind of discussing things and suiting up, you see there is a group of about 6 people, human or race. You can't really tell from this distance, and even if you're close, you wouldn't. The humans and race look pretty much identical. Go up to the guards and the techno demon, and there seems to be some type of discussion, and the 2 guards pull out weapons and just mow down this group, while the techno demon kind of stands back and points and laughs.
Maybe this is not good plan.
It's only 2.
Clearly, we just don't fail.
I mean, Boria, you and I can punch things. Knock them out
Well,
if it comes to blows.
Yes, but we are trying to sneak in, yes?
Yes.
If they pull weapons, we knock them out quietly. If.
Good luck with that, Lucucius.
So what are you saying? You're speaking for us because the other 2, they don't have, say, collars or clothes.
That's not me. I do not speak.
See, here is problem in plan.
We.
The 2 people who we used to speak are, being
Well,
experimented on.
I normally don't speak.
I will just I will just try to hide the fact that I'm not wearing a collar by, the massive excess of clothes that came with this,
If anyone say anything,
Clothes.
you are mutant.
yeah. I have a big hat and lots of clothing that I can just push the collar up around, or push the collar of the shirt up, and I can be in a scientist outfit, and I can try to act smarter than I am, and that you're bringing me in because you.
Well, I mean, since you're doing the talking, we can actually put a collar on you if you wish.
You
And
change-
if you're going to go that route, I can easily try to hide the fact that I'm not wearing a collar and just pretend to be a thrall.
You
Because
see
thralls wouldn't be
another group. You see another group more hesitantly walking up to where the guards are, and there is another discussion. But this one actually seems to go okay because the people are allowed to go into the stronghold.
How are they dressed?
They are dressed in. They have slave collars, and they kind of look like they have just worker type uniforms, not necessarily scientists or the guards, but more just worker uniforms. The first ones you noticed had they just had random clothes.
I forget. Did we grab both canisters of the?
I think we only grabbed 1.
Okay. That's fine. We can still use it as a prop, as as we're coming in, be like bringing it in. But yeah, we can certainly try to roll up and slowly approach and walk and talk our way in. We are in a well. Do we want to bring this vehicle into the factory, or do we want to try to walk up instead?
Camouflage the vehicle and walk up.
Okay.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to. We may not be able to get out with it.
Well, I was like, there's 2 ways to that. We may not be able to get out without it as well.
They might not let us in with it, with the big guns and stuff attached to it.
Yep.
Well,
Exactly.
like I
that
said,
would-
also at the gate, they have these slabs that
Oh
you
yeah,
cannot
okay.
go close
With
with
the vehicle.
the
the vehicle.
vehicle.
Okay. So then, yeah, we will find a suitable hiding place that we can put the vehicle and camouflage it as best as we can, and then slowly walk up.
And I'll stay kind of somewhat in the middle to hide the fact that I'm not wearing one.
Okay. So as you walk up, you get within about 20 feet, and the techno demon is kind of looking at you. Doesn't seem very alarmed or anything. He's kind of picking at something on his arm, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
We have come to help. We have brought some of the what was it called again? Brute. Some of the brute serum, and I am speaking to him in Russian.
Okay.
As well. And so we have our securities as we were out and about with such a valuable product. So we are bringing it back to return, as well as perhaps assist make more as directed.
He's like, So go ahead and give me a persuasion. And you can add +4.
Okay. I had already rolled before you said that, so it'd be a 15. But if I feel that it needs to be better, I can certainly give it some juice.
I think that probably pretty good. Good enough. Yes.
Yeah, because I forgot to add it in from the collar and the clothes.
So he kind of thinks a little bit. I mean, he's like, "You know where to go."
And I'll just start walking.
Okay.
And we will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess that's how we get in. Too hard, I guess.
That's how you get in. You bring an Electo.
Yes, because Locutus would not have gotten you in. Not
Oh,
without a
I
fight.
think everyone agrees.
So you go get inside the fence, the chain fence, and then the concrete fence, or not fence, but wall around the outer side of the complex. And you see that there are lots of thralls even outside of the main building. So it's kind of like the chain link fence, the concrete fence, and then within it is an open area with the big factory kind of in the middle. And in this compound yard are quite a lot of thralls that seem to be performing various tasks. They seem to be packing up large crate boxes. Over in one area, you see that they seem to be operating an UltraCAD printer, being overseen by about 3 techno demons. And then off in the distance, you even see some type of fighting going on with thralls and a couple of demons, like one demon on each side, kind of pointing and yelling at the thralls. They're off in the distance, so you can't quite hear, but the 2 humans, or maybe race, are fighting each other, and it looks like the techno demons are egging them on. So you don't seem to get noticed. You wearing your disguises, and with most of you in fake slave collars, you kind of are able to walk in. A couple of the people or the techno demons kind of glance over at you, but then they just go back to doing what they're doing. Go ahead and give me anybody who wants can give me a find check.
All right. Just a 12. There we go.
Lecto looks to be the man.
Well,
I'm in my element.
Yeah, it looks like just Lacusis and Electo succeeded. As you're walking, in the yard going towards the building, you do see that area where crates were being loaded. You also see an area where other crates seem to be being opened and boxes being taken out of them, and thralls, kind of like picking up boxes and walking into the building.
So I say we go there. Easy access to building.
Mm-hmm. Seems a good plan. Everybody just go there and pick up a box.
Oui. So that assumes that's what we do.
Okay, so you walk over to one of the crates, and each of you kind of get in this little line of thralls that are picking up boxes and taking them into the building, and you just pick up boxes and kind of follow the thralls ahead of you, and you get right into the building as if nothing at all was wrong. So we will once again switch to a new scene, and you can get up or down to 5 cards. I think nobody even needed to use cards, so you can, if you want, you can discard a card and draw back up.
And Electra, you still have the glory, right?
I do.
And I'm dropping mine.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, gentlemen, this is it's gonna be a problem here before too long, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. We are going to cleanly walk in, stealth through everything, find everything we got, and walk right out with no problems whatsoever. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode where we sneak in everywhere.
I almost said that with a straight face.
I mean, all we're doing is putting more and more bad guys between us and the outside.
Don't worry, they have Zeppelin. I know.
All will be
Our
well.
goal is to destroy this production facility.
I mean, that'd be a good goal.
It is a good goal. I don't know if we're going to be able to destroy it with, that many demons and an alpha demon here, but...
But we have sunshine and rainbows and good intentions. We'll be fine.
Well, let me ask this.
That
on the way
coming
over
from
here,
Boria.
having gone through all the information about Brute, is there any way to change it? Taint it?
They look like they're trying to do stuff to it to either, even more buff up recipients of it, or allow them to have some semblance of mental functioning, instead of like the crazy berserk type ones that you encountered before. It doesn't seem like much had worked, and that kind of is what Adric was working on when you had got there, as well as wanting to see how this serum worked on other things that weren't.
Well, it's because they're trying to make it the
Human
wrong
or race.
cosm. They should be in the Nile trying to make this stuff.
What I was meaning is there anything we could do that could contaminate their batches?
I guess if you found some type of other chemical or adjusted chemicals levels to be different than what they are. One of the things that you do remember, he talked about that the canister, the kind of fits into an occult tech implant in the people, and that kind of filters it. Otherwise, they would just die. So there is a way, perhaps, to make it harder to filter, or
Well, is there like
messing up with
with the chemicals
in
that
the
are,
mix.
let's say, with the chemicals that are in there, is there something that maybe one of us science-based individuals might be able to? Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Every chemical has an opposite that counteracts it. Is there a chemical that we made?
Neutralize.
Yeah, to neutralize, one of the chemicals in the mixture.
So if you found enough like basic, chemicals that are base and not the acidicness of this one, it could do a neutralization. For anybody that was hooked up to it, it would probably kill them. But if you got it into the actual batches, it could possibly neutralize it. But that would need to be determined if this place has that type of chemical.
Oh yeah.
We need lots and lots of milk. No?
I'm just thinking in terms of options.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, the only problem is if we try to thin it to where it kills the recipients faster, then all we're doing is assisting in their deaths. We need to find a way to stop it from being used, period.
Well, yes, but I'm thinking of the ones that are already hooked into this stuff. There is no coming back.
Nope, just have to blow the tanks.
And if we got to kill them, we got to kill them, right?
Yes.
Shame, but what are you gonna do?
Okay.
So you get into the building, you're carrying the boxes, you kind of follow a little bit the thralls. They are setting boxes down. You kind of set boxes down, work or walk purposely in a different direction, and nobody really pays you much attention.
Just gotta walk like you know you
So-
belong.
You exactly, you kind of go your own way, but inside of this building there are lots of thralls, as in workers, scientists, and guards with armed guards, as well as every once in a while you do notice a Tharkol Du kind of overseeing things. And I will need one of you, other ones can assist, but I'll need one of you to make a challenging, which is a DN12, either a find or mind, to kind of navigate your way through the building, and not do a kind of like, oh, we hit a place we shouldn't be in, turn around and kind of get suspicion.
Who'd like to give assist on that?
I will assist Locutus.
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
you're pretty good at
Roll?
that, right, Lucucius?
I have 13 mind, and I'm trained in both find and evidence analysis. So
I'll assist you.
Then I will attempt to assist you.
I won't.
I think you got this.
famous last words.
I'll be back in just a second.
We end up stumbling across what's his name, Mex's private quarters. Oops, sorry. So has everybody already rolled their assist? Looks like. Oh, okay, no. Shame there's not a timestamp. So nobody else need to roll to assist before I roll?
What was it for? What skill
Nope.
again?
To find and make sure we don't get lost.
Yeah, I can help make that worse for you. Didn't help. Didn't hurt.
Alright, so I have one good success from Alex, and looks like that's it. Alright, so I'll add that too. You know what? Let's see.
I think we needed that 12 though. So
That's all we need is a 12?
A 12 is the minimum you need.
I have
Alright,
a willpower if you have something else.
I have an action. I can pop on it and then make it a 15. Or do you think we need
If
more
if,
than that?
if 12 is the minimum, you were looking at, we probably want to get to at least the 17. I mean,
Alright.
if you want to trade me, I can give you a hero.
No, I got a drama. I'll go ahead and use the drama.
Okay.
Let's try this again, shall we? Is that a 6? It's a 19.
19,
So
okay.
I guess so. It's
That'd be
a
a good
success. And that's going to be. If I pop the 3 out, I'll pop the action out, and that'll make it an outstanding success. Right?
Okay.
Make sure
Yes.
I'm doing that
Yes,
right.
it would.
Okay.
Yep.
This is important. Might as well spend the cards on it. Make up for the last 2.
Create a supporter, and you can keep your action.
I mean, it's up to you. I'll take it back.
Well, the action can be played on anything. So can the supporter, but
All right. Well, I took the action back.
yeah.
So
probably,
you
that's
play.
probably not the first card I'm putting into a pool in combat. So,
Okay, so you get an outstanding. So there's a couple of places that you almost kind of flubbed up. One is you walk past a thrall, and the thrall kind of looks at you, and let's see, I know Alex for sure, and I think Boria. You kind of feel a touching of your mind, but it seems to have not succeeded.
That's
And
good.
the thrall just keeps walking,
Is
away from you.
he looking like just like any other thrall, or does he have like, oh look, I've got a little badge that tells me I'm in Psychor. Yeah.
Hey,
No,
he's a door guard.
It just kind of looked like any other standard, either race or human. Kind of nods at you. Then you felt this little brushing on your mind, but it didn't seem like it got through to anything.
He's the school hall monitor.
Just
Make sure everybody
then
knows.
at another point, you get to where there's like two thralls, and it looks like one of them is pretty beat up and bloody. Probably it displeased a Darkhold, and the other kind of looks at you as your group's kind of was walking along. Suddenly she just jumps up and she's like, "Stay back!" And you kind of divert. Right there is like a passageway to the left, so you kind of dart down there as if that is the place that you're heading, and kind of get past whatever situation that would have put you through. And again, even you notice as you're going through this, there are, like I said, lots and lots of thralls. So any type of loud fighting or noise would probably attract anything. So even if you could take out somebody who's been wounded by a Darkhold, it still would make noise. Then you get to a section of the building that gets kind of more industrial looking, where the ceilings are kind of open and there's pipes going along the ceiling, and wires and pipes. And you get to a point where up ahead there is it looks like somebody took maybe a guard post from what you would normally see outside of a building and put it inside, the area opens up really big, and this guard post is what at first looks like a human or race, but then you kind of take a second look because her skin is blood red, and she has two little horns on her head. If it wasn't for that and the red skin, she would actually look pretty human. And she is kind of has a whip that she's snapping off at a couple of the thralls. It's kind of standing in the place that you're going towards. And then you also notice off to the side, kind of in the same direction, there's another way that kind of goes there, but the pipes above that area have some cracks in it, and there's some stuff that's kind of leaking down, and there's the floor there, it apparently is above something, because it turns into from being a concrete floor to being a metal grating, and you see kind of areas on that grating which seem to have some type of chemical reaction from whatever's falling on it.
I'd like to play a card.
Okay.
That's funny because I would like to play a card also.
All right. Well, I'll put mine on the left side of the map. You can put yours on the right.
On the right, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, that was mine.
Now, I'm going to ask, would one of y'all like a mistaken identity?
Actually, I would.
I was actually kind of wondering what the
Card that I might play.
If you saw a little while ago, Liam, and all of a sudden,
I started laughing.
Yeah, I saw.
I looked into his hand. I remembered he had two, and I clicked steal, and that's when he started laughing. And then I traded a hero, which would have gotten you right the same number of possibilities.
Exactly.
And by the way, I have a martyr if anyone really wants it.
Well, we might after the romance.
Romantic martyr.
oh
I would like to play Mistaken Identity for the two possibilities.
And nemesis.
Yes. And then follow it up with a nemesis, possibly.
Possibly.
Okay.
Well, yes, with a nemesis.
I think maybe it depends on how the romance goes.
Yeah, you guys get a soap for?
So the mistaken identity was just for the possibilities.
Yes, for the two possibilities. And I am mistaken for someone that puts me at an immediate disadvantage.
Madam.
And then I'll play the nemesis.
Oh, you're playing the nemesis as well.
Yeah.
Just screw this.
Yeah, you guys are like, and I'm like, I know you. You know me.
Hello. How are you doing
You're
today?
that race monkey that escaped her, 15 years ago.
The race monkey that beat her down in front of everyone, and that's
Yeah,
why she's
no,
here.
you inconvenienced her. If it was 15 years ago, you were just like, ugh, that guy. I tell you, he was a fly in the ointment, a pain in the ass.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yes, he got away, and apparently he's grown up. Well, good. This will be fun.
Oh, you have a spine? Let me take care of that. What?
You don't need that. Don't worry, I'll give you a new one that does what I say.
So what was that, Jim, about
let's
nothing
see.
could go wrong?
Oh, yeah. No.
Oops, card play.
2 romances and a mistaken identity with a nemesis. Oh yeah, nothing can go wrong.
This
I'm
is a-
sure it'll be fine.
This is a great plan.
I played the mistaken identity, right?
Yes. Yeah, he already took care of it.
Okay.
Yes, I moved that one off. Let's see. I think, but correct me if I'm wrong, is the mountain have the highest strength?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
He is the highest with a 13.
That's pretty good.
You just wait till he gets to Gamma. And then it goes up to a 15.
So as you approach, and she looks at the mountain, and she says, "What are you doing here?"
I am here to deliver the crates, right? We're delivering crates of the brute stuff. He's not very charismatic.
So I need you to roll a persuasion against.
Unfortunately, I think trying to enhance you before you try this is not a very good idea, so I will not do so.
What
It's
is
a
the
10.
number? You said a 10?
10.
No.
Oh.
I will, in fact, not give that for you.
You know, do you want the second chance, Michael John?
No, we'll just suffer.
Okay.
I don't know. That's interesting, right, guys?
Well, I think we got all types of interesting going on now.
Like he's just back and I go, just wish I had some popcorn.
Bring the crates full of the stuff to the place. You know the place? Yeah, that place.
She says, "I see no crates. Why don't you?" And then she looks at the captain and Boria, and she's like, "And your two friends go to my quarters and wait." And then she snaps her whip.
I feel like a cabin boy again. Yes, ma'am.
The pipes are clean.
Yeah, the problem is the fact that she absolutely hates you means that she wants to do to you the same thing that she wants to do to us, even if she's intrigued. It's kind of very dark.
Yeah.
And what? How would we get there, ma'am? I'm afraid I'm not sure where your quarters are, but I am
Never been there before.
pleased to oblige.
Did I say you could talk? It misses, but it came close. It looked close, at least.
Tend to cower.
Well, you do it quite a bit. You're very weak and meek, and
I don't think I am. But there's my pretending to cower roll.
hey, you got a 7.
Wait. No, that's all I got.
You can spend a possibility on it.
Hell no. It decreases my. All right, then I will walk in the direction that I think she may have been indicating.
Okay.
It's a guess. Probably not a great one either.
I will actually ask her though, and be like, yeah, I mean, you can whip me all you want, but I really don't know where your quarters are. It would be kind of weird to wait out here for like an hour.
So she motions to one of the other thralls, and without saying anything, the thrall like hurries over to you and kind of tugs at your arm and goes to lead you away.
See you all in the morning. Maybe.
Well, boys, I think we've achieved what we came here to do.
Did we?
No.
Oh.
But we certainly achieved something.
Yes, something was occurred, or is going to occur.
Just remember, there are no safe words here.
Not
Now,
in
the
Dark
rest,
Souls.
the other three of us, what are we going to do? Follow them?
Well, what?
I'm actually, since I haven't left yet, I'm going to grab both Alex and Locutus by the kind of back of the necks and say, whisper, you will come with me and do what I say, and you too, looking at Alexo, and I'll just start walking off with them.
Are,
That's fine.
are you going off in the direction that she had indicated, or that the
Yes, I'm
person
going.
had grabbed the mountain?
Yes, I will go into that direction.
Now, there were two ways into the place we were trying to get past her and then down that corridor that's dripping, right?
Correct, yes.
And we're no longer going toward the corridor that's dripping.
Correct, yes. And
Well, there might be
said
some
that
dripping
you
later.
talked to Alex and who?
Alex and Locutus. I grabbed them by the necks and.
Alex will whisper back, what is this going to accomplish?
Getting past her.
Well, I mean, if she leaves her post, somebody else is going to be there.
Well, you're gonna be. Just go with it.
Okay.
I never said I was smart one of group.
So I think that just leaves Electo that has.
Now he looked at him.
Oh, I got told, so I'm meekly following behind Boya.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm confused.
I am too. What's your plan? Are you going to try to intimidate her or overpower her?
She was kind of good looking. I was going to seduce her with my ways.
Wait. What do you mean you were going to seduce her?
I was going to seduce. She was totally into me. You saw.
Were you blind?
Well, I'm the
She
strongest
whipped it
here.
in my direction. That's a clear indication here.
Is your cyber eye like faulty or something again? Did you disconnect? Because I saw something different.
Lucius,
I don't think your eyes are working. I mean, clearly she wants someone, older, mature, agile, not some broken rebuilt old man like you.
She would break you in 3 pieces by just touching you.
That's what she wants.
Lucius, are they telling us we're going to have to watch?
Wait, what? I'm not much of a performer when there's an audience around.
I certainly hope not.
So,
But
we argued the whole way. I
I mean, I still can't even get. I
The
mean, I
path.
just barely
The
can get
group.
into the NC-17 movies now.
so either we wait in our quarters and wait for her to get here, and then we
It's to
rough her up a bit.
next night.
So you're saying we're going to wait for her to get here so you can foreplay?
No. We're gonna sneak around. What?
We're sneaking around. What did you think? We find the information in here, and then we go the other way. She tried to find us, and
I don't know. The two of you confuse me, comparing the size of your guns, which one is being whipped at first.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's gonna pursue us no matter what you do. I really caught her eye. I could tell, and she's gonna want to add me to her collection.
You know, somehow I think
I guess
what you're doing is a sin. I'm not exactly sure how yet, but
I haven't done anything yet.
check the Bible when I'm in the room.
Thou shalt not sleep with demons.
Where are these rails? I know they're around here somewhere. I think we're way off them. I'm not sure where we're supposed to.
I mean, even chat
Like I
thinks so
said,
too.
here's the path. Here's the group.
I I believe we took the left at Albuquerque.
Yes.
Like you can go this way or this way, and you're like, here's the third option. And
So,
you did not know about
Go
it,
through this
Master.
hallway.
Alex, I think we should at least follow this road that's taking us to her quarters. When he leaves, then we can sneak around some more.
You know, it may be fair that probably the three of us are all arguing while the three of you decide what we do. And as you start walking that direction, we're not paying attention, so we just follow you. So I think that might get us, out of character. That might get us back on track. And cinematically, it works because we're not paying attention.
Oh no.
And who knows, maybe in her quarters there might be some
Intel.
Oui,
Yes.
intel. Or
Yeah.
passes or whatever else we may need or require.
Good.
Well, we'll go whatever direction you guys, I think.
And then you can see what kind of collection she has on the wall.
Yeah, I was figuring we were going to get into her room, look around real quick, see if we could find anything of use, and then get out of there before she came back.
That would be a good idea. I just don't know if the other three are agreeable with that.
Oh, it's the plan all along. I just caught her eye. Did you see how
I didn't know she threw it at you.
She grinned a little.
I'm listening, but I'll be right back. I have to leave for just a
All right. So, I mean,
Well, you saw her. The
Oui.
nape of her neck, the small of her back, her whip, how it cracked. Is all my benefit.
I believe, Lucullus, I believe what happened is clearly when we walked by that hallway with the dripping stuff and the gases or whatever, that some of our fellow friends have inhaled a little too much of the gas.
I can buy that.
I have heard of some gases, and I've seen some gases do some things which they inhabit. It brings on a.
Inhibitions?
Wait. Boria, did you drink any of that beer that Locucius found?
A little when we were coming up here.
Ah, see,
Why?
that's why he thinks she's into him. Not because she's into him, but because,
Hey, I am not cheap date.
It's
Well,
okay. You won't be your date at all.
I need at least 2 beers before getting sloppy.
So, once we make our way to the room,
Yeah. You search it.
yes.
Take everything that's not nailed down and leave.
I will assist Locucius in his evidence analysis.
I'll let y'all roll the assist first, and then I'll do my. Ooh,
Wow.
that's a hell of an assist you
Wow.
did there, brother.
Yeah,
should use
so
evidence
an
analysis.
outstanding assist.
So it's going to be 3, right?
Yep.
Is anybody else assisting?
I didn't know if evidence analysis was going to be better for me or a find, because I was going to try to find stuff, but I have no idea if it's going to be helpful. So
They're both a mind roll, so
yeah,
go
it's
with
just
find.
for me, I'm not trained, and my mind is not so good. I'm not trained in the evidence analysis, so
okay. So you prefer the find of the evidence analysis?
for me to roll, but
No, I meant Lehman.
Lehman.
Yeah, do the find.
All right. So what is your find, Robert?
It would be the exact same as the evidence analysis.
Okay, cool.
Easy peasy.
And that would be a +2 from Electo. So it's a 5 bonus.
I think it counts. We count as extra people, so yeah,
Yes.
we count as 5 people now. So it's really a +3 to your roll.
Okay. So
Correct.
and no one else.
Well, to be fair, I think the other 3 are. Well, actually, the wall.
You're
might-
right. They may be preoccupied with checking her sheets. So there's a 19.
Okay.
19 good enough? Do you want me to go higher?
I think you found her pleasure whip, and she has her work whip right now.
That's
Her pleasure whip known as Joybringer.
I was going to say, Borea, that does not look like a whip. It's a little shorter and too thick.
The rod.
So, do I need to get a little higher on the? I know rolled evidence analysis, but they're both
No, that's fine.
they're both the same thing. So I apologize. I must have just clicked the wrong one.
I think I'm gonna have to pull out of this game sometime, guys.
Well, you don't have to worry. You don't. No need to pull out.
Now.
Sorry. It's 10 o'clock. We're fine. No one's watching. He should be in bed, right?
Yeah, that Michael John's over 15, so it's okay.
Yeah, he's over 15, as
Yeah, it's
Matt
fine.
Jordan has pointed out.
It's fine, I guess. So yeah, there's no issue.
Right.
I mean, 9 months and 10 days.
He's going to be 18.
So her room doesn't seem to have anything work related in it. There are lots of devices and things that you recognize, and then some that you're a little afraid of maybe recognizing.
Oh, yeah, I probably don't recognize any of them. I'm not from around here.
Is this a "don't let the noise scare you" moment?
Yes.
So there's no information we can garner from this room.
So
Correct.
let's go back to the other hallway.
Are there any like thrall skins on the wall anywhere?
No, there's.
I just was going to point out that's what happens when you're one of her trophies. Yeah. But I guess not. Oh well.
So yes, we can gently guide the arguing menfolk back to the hallway that has the stuff that was dripping, and seeing if we can find a way down that hallway.
Okay. So you make your way to the other side of things, get back on the tracks, and when you get closer, like I said, the grating on the floor becomes grating, and under it looks like it's a big vat of that greenish stuff that's in the brute serum.
So what's
The grating itself looks, as you get closer, it looks like whatever was dripping from those pipes ahead has eaten away at a lot of the grating. Electo might be able to walk across. The rest of you are kind of hesitant that it would be able to support you.
I'll fly.
There's various ways you might try to get over that. You could try to maybe leap over it. You could try to, like I said, there's various other pipes and stuff up there. Maybe, hand over hand.
That's why I played the idea card.
Or a pipe. You do not think that walking over it, unless you're maybe, like I said, Electo, would end up good.
Anything else from the idea card?
That's about it. I don't think there's too much other ways, unless you had found like a large board or something. But the idea card was mainly to let you know that grating is gonna fall through if you somebody
How much
normal
does
size or
everyone weigh?
bigger.
How much what?
Does everyone weigh? Because I technically have a fly speed now because I have these very nice wings.
And I can move 2 people, myself and one other person.
Same here.
Yeah.
I think we can make it over.
I'll
That's
fly
not a problem.
out.
No, I pick you up and I fly you over, and then I can fly someone else over.
Yes, but they can also fly people over.
Sounds to me like we can all just go to it as a group.
Yeah. Lehman, are there any rooms around here that might have like chem suits or anything?
No, because they don't really care if their people die. They just
Gotcha.
get new people.
These get mixed.
Good
into this.
suggestion, but they don't really care.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you didn't see any like PPE or anybody like that. But they're all kind of wearing the jumpsuits that you are, and it's more of the scientists are in this color, and the securities in dark gray, the scientists are in light blue.
Oh, I was
the
going to say,
workers are
strangely they're all a variation of red.
So I will grab Locutus, and you, Alex, will grab the captain, and then
Yes.
Mountain will grab Electo and fly over.
I can just throw it like that. But
Hey! I'll
That
Yes.
sounds like a good idea.
take the ride rather than than trying to fly myself.
It's a good plan.
you'd like to be pro. I think last time you didn't seem to know.
So
Yeah, but
Locutus,
that was a clear goal where we were going.
Yeah, the clear goal is right over there. You can see. I will fly Electo across. He's very, very light.
so I've got effective strength +2, so that makes it a 12 spirit to grab myself and Crucius and just fly telekinetically over.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now, remember, gentlemen, if we need to do any enhancing, just say the word.
I have an effective strength of 17, so I grab the captain and myself, and we move. And it's an even number, so I don't take any shock. Oh no, take the back. The roll is an odd number, so I take a shock.
The result is even.
Yeah,
How much
but the
shock?
roll is an odd.
What was your level of success?
Outstanding. Ooh, that's right.
3 shocks, sir.
Yeah, because it's the roll, not the effect, isn't it?
It's the roll and
Yeah,
it's 1
Okay.
shock per level of success.
that's right. So I will take 3 shock. But that's okay.
I do not have such problems.
No, because you're not an anomaly.
That is true.
I was wondering where you're getting that from.
Yep.
I
I can-
have a character doing something similar.
Yeah, I can do the Tharkhold TK as a core earther, but it costs me.
It does.
Man, that would be.
How's
good.
that?
And
I'll,
did the
I'll
mountain
ask you about
need
that
to
later.
do the
'cause-
fly?
Just can do it.
Oh,
Those perks
Yeah.
are limited to people from Core Earth, right?
Yes.
Anomalies.
I have that book open, so I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes.
Like someone from Pan Pacifica can do it.
Right. Yeah,
Correct.
Cosm Core Earth.
Okay.
And what's that anomaly?
Yeah.
Is that in the core book?
No. It's in the Wastelander's
Wastelander.
Guide.
Oh, okay. Don't know if I have that one.
Did the mountain need to do a fly spell, or is that an ability? Or
He has cyberware.
Occult tech wins.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, I'll have to check on that
No.
because I have a core Earth character I wanted to be able to use that ability, but thought it was Tharkhold only.
the anomalies, they restrict you in ways, but allow you to get boosted abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Cool.
also have to be dedicated to one of the 3 psionic disciplines.
I am.
Okay.
That's which is the one telekinesis is attached to.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's a different game. So we fly across.
Yes, you get yourselves across that area, and that part goes where the same area that the demon was guarding, and you get into this big, massive room that has a high dome ceiling. As I said before, nobody's wearing any type of PPE, and the smell of chemicals kind of gets into your lungs.
Yep. And this is the one character that does not have that mask.
And all throughout the room, there's numerous large vats. Each seem to be slightly vibrating a little bit from something kind of maybe moving the chemicals inside of it around. And there is a labyrinth of pipes crisscrossing the ceiling, feeding into and out of each of the vat. So like one vat to the next vat to the next. And there you see a few thralls moving around, completing various tasks. The fumes and gases, like I said, are kind of making you almost cough. They don't seem to be effective, probably because they've been in here so long that whatever
Gotten used to it.
reflexes they have, nerve endings or whatever, pretty much dead to this by now. At the far end, you see a station where there's two thralls that have visible signs of radiation sickness. They seem to be filling barrels with toxic sludge out of the very last vat and filling up those big, 50-gallon barrel type metal barrels with what appears to be the last stage of that brute serum, and stacking them onto carts. And they either don't notice you or don't care. And then you notice just a little bit off to your right, a few paces, seems to be a computer terminal.
All right. I mean, are we still flying? Or
I figured after you got
Probably
past
not.
the place
Okay,
that you
good.
needed, you
so make
landed.
my way towards the computer. I will also pop one of the radiation pills and.
I also have a radiation badge.
Yes, I was just going to say you notice whatever thing showing radiation on that radiation badge is starting to indicate that you're in an area of radiation.
Gotcha. So yes,
I will pop a pill.
pop a pill.
Take
Captain,
the pill and it gets rid of a wound. We would take the pill after getting the wound, right?
It doesn't get rid of the wound.
Yes, technically, yes.
Oh, that's
Okay,
what
then
you
we
mean?
take it.
Oh.
We take it after. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
can-
I thought it was a preventative, not a curative.
No?
I know in one game I did, somebody had it be a preventative, but the wording of it makes it sound like you take the wound from radiation, you take the pill, and that gets rid of the wound.
Now, if you say we have to take it to prevent, I'm okay with that. I didn't think that's what it did, but I'm more than happy,
All right. So I'll make my way to the computer and try to, I guess, figure out what's going on.
And I will assist you.
So if you get to the computer, the first thing that is blocking you is a need for a password.
Okay. Swordfish. No? Zen password. No, so I'll just use computers to try to figure it out.
Sure. Do you have a cyber deck?
Alex does, I believe.
I do.
Okay, because the cyber deck does give you a favored and would allow you to try to break through the
So
password.
then I will assist you on that.
Okay.
So you're looking at a hard, a difficulty of 14 computers test.
So I did not assist, but I did not hurt.
15, and I need a 16. You said.
You need a 14.
Oh, I needed 14. Does it? It doesn't matter if we go up any further.
No, this is just getting into the password.
Okay.
So password is magic whip.
So you get into the computer, and you get some notes about this brute serum, that it is radioactive, acidic, magically infused super steroid.
Gotcha.
And when injected, the subject becomes exponentially powerful and aggressive. Unfortunately, as kind of a cross-reference with what Adric told you, that the serum is extremely acidic in nature, and it is required to be mixed with a occult tech that filter, otherwise it would kill the subject. And the serum itself is continuously cycled through the Ravager's bloodstream. So that's why they always looked like they have the same amount of this green sludge in it. It's because it's the same stuff continually going through them. You do get something that tells you that that basic information is there, and there is a kind of a footnote, I guess would be a proper term or close enough term, that says for additional information, or additional information is uploaded into Kerr.
Do we need the additional information?
I think all the information possible would be beneficial one way or the other.
Yeah, I get that, but do we need it?
Yes.
I've heard bad things.
What is Kerr?
But
Is
you
that
don't
the
know what Kurt is, but we're like lasers, and you're like, that's not me.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Nobody likes you.
No, I like him. Only because
yeah.
it makes me twist sometimes.
He makes who twist?
You.
Eh, he's had a lot of practice.
He has. And a good teacher.
Great people. My mother really has.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no one's gonna buy that. He gave me with a straight face.
So do we want the extra information?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
from this computer terminal, can we control or manipulate the production of this stuff?
It looks like that, yes, you could set off tell the computer to do different, shut off certain things, or do things in a different pattern that would eventually lead to the various vats blocking or getting blocked up, overfilling them, and that you're pretty sure that the acidic nature of this serum would cause the whole machinery in this area to catastrophically fail and possibly explode.
See, and I was going to say it sounds so good until the possibly explode. Unless it's enough time for us to not be here.
It is going to take time. Just how long is
Yeah,
the
it would
question?
take time to.
Okay.
It's not one of those tick, 5 steps, we're done.
And then also, since you have access, you could
Wipe the
change
computer.
the password. Change the password.
That was going to be one of the things I did.
Change it to demon suck.
Well, like,
Demon Suxor, Suxor, is lead speak.
In one of the very first campaigns I ever game mastered, one of the dwarves in the party had a shield that said "Demon Suck" on it. So every time you said that just like popped into my mind. Was like, that's been used. That's cool.
Hands off on target then.
I was wondering if we could also just erase any of the information so they don't have access to it again, but they probably have copies of it. So, so I guess we now go and get the extra information.
We must find a place to log in.
Are you
This
setting this up now?
computer does not have access to the Kerr. So
do we want to go on and set this thing to blow?
well, don't we have to get out? Get the information.
Um,
Well, this is the information we were here for, right?
Was it?
But there is additional information.
I still
We have to get the more information.
yes, but I think we should also, if we're going to do some sabotage on their facility, I think we should do it now while we have the chance.
Is there some way?
Have them airstrike the facility.
Is there some way we can use Alex's cyber deck to maybe give him a remote access to this computer?
if you think that if you're in the cyber papacy, probably, but Tharkle does a lot more of wired because they don't want. There's so many competing factions. It's not like the GodNet where everything is, controlled. Since there's so many factions, they really dislike and usually don't have wireless, basically, so
Okay.
that prevents
So
outside.
I was
people from
thinking
doing
was
things.
more of a timer that
Yes, you
give us.
could set it up
So-
that X many, a cycle of this stuff takes this long. On the third cycle, change things to
And then
start the
change-
process.
And then change the password and lock everyone out of this subroutine.
Right.
So what would you
So
change?
go
the
ahead and give me
password to?
another computers for that.
Okay,
Can
that
I
would be a
assist with it?
sure.
please.
That would be a challenging 12 is what you would be looking
All right.
for.
So I gave you so that's what, 2.
I'm going to spend a possibility on this.
Are you favored in computers with your cyber deck
Oh,
or no?
Yeah, you
take
are.
it back.
Yeah, you-
Yes, I am.
Mhm.
So let me retry it.
There you go.
Okay.
And you,
Yes.
and you didn't even count
So-
your assists. So
Oh, and I didn't even count the assist. That's right. So 18.
Yeah, so you put it, and after X many cycles that it will do that. You kind of figure out it's going to take this long to go through a cycle. I don't want to have it last too long because then they might be able to break through the password like you broke through their password. But you want to give yourself enough time to get out as well.
Right.
So
Did you
do
change?
that.
What did you change the password to?
Oh, Jesus saves.
Excellent.
they'll never guess that one.
So outside of their realm of thinking.
It's my understanding that it's only half damage on a save. That's how we describe creating a trap, right?
Yes.
Sure. Now, where do we need to go to find the other terminal to get the access information? Do we know?
You would probably need to ask around someplace. Probably not here, but after you get out to try to find some connection or.
So more than likely to be access from a higher ranking individual. So more than likely someplace more secure.
Right.
And during our walking through the building, did we find anything that might have resembled that that kind of location?
No, you did not see anything that looked like it would have some type of access to the cur. They're pretty blatant. It's usually big metal tubes that get stuck in the back
Hmm.
of a person's neck, or a big helmet that clamps down on their head.
It's one of those kind of things.
It's not the neat little easy temp trods, or the little wireless connector to your cyberdeck type thing.
Okay, so I mean, we could ask your girlfriend, but she might be pissed that you're not in her room.
Yes, I think she would be.
So I guess we go look to see if we can find this contraption. Any ideas what way to go?
Don't know what this cur is.
The mountains are heading somewhere.
It's like Godnet, but hurts more.
As I look at my arms, okay.
The only thing I can think of is I don't know who to ask, but I'm sure there's somebody.
We should probably get out of the chemical area.
Yes.
But then we should be able to.
Maybe we should go find the way up, Because
Yes.
usually, things of importance is higher for some odd reason. Seems to be the going rule everywhere. So we'll see if we can find a staircase of some sort and try to investigate higher.
And
How long did you set the cycles to go through?
I'm thinking probably a good time is like, I don't even know. What do y'all think? 4 hours?
How long is the
Too
cycle?
much?
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah,
little
how
much.
long is a cycle?
A cycle is about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes? Do you
Yes.
think we can do this in 30 minutes?
Make it maybe 45, I guess. I'd say 30, yes, but knowing the way things can.
Okay, so
An
we're gonna
hour.
go for an hour.
Or sounds good.
Yeah,
Huh?
because by the time it starts to clog up, it's gonna be too late to do anything.
So do you want to go for an hour then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I set a timer on my cyber deck, my smartphone, and go.
Okay. So you set the timer. I will write that down. And I'm looking at the time. I think now would probably be a decent
Be a what?
stopping point. A decent stopping point for the night.
It means it's gonna get busy.
That's
all
not
right.
good.
So
I mean, it was gonna get busy.
Mm-hmm.
excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back Friday night for Rime of the Frost Maiden. Back Sunday for some more Dungeons with Veterans. Monday night, we work on our characters for our Dresden Vials in New Orleans. And then we'll be back here Wednesday to see what kind of mess we've made and we'll have to deal with. So stay posted, of course, to Facebook and Twitter because Boria loves to put out our Torganized Tuesday to give you a heads up of what's coming. So thanks for joining us. Have yourselves a good week. Remember, we're in this adventure called Life Together. Remember the golden rule. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourselves. And with that, take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.